and welcome to episode 124 of the Graceful Tangle podcast. I'm Amy Kate. Thank you so much for joining me today. As always, I'm super excited to share with you what I've been working on this week. I don't have a ton of stuff, but I do have quite a bit of progress on a few projects and then a new design that I haven't been able to share yet. So that is very exciting. Today is September 22nd. It is officially fall, and I think a lot of us are so excited. Unfortunately, it was like 90 something degrees today here in Alabama, where I am coming to you from, which is super annoying. Like, just to be completely frank, it's awful. But tomorrow is going to be 10 degrees cooler, which is a huge win. So I will take it. I will take it. Hopefully this is our last 90 degree day for a very long time, because I am so ready for just even a little bit cooler weather. So ready. But anyways, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that. And then don't forget to hit that notification bell right by the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Also, be sure to check out all of the links in the description box below. I'll have links to social media platforms, pattern shops, and then some specific things that I'm going to be talking about. My sleeve is annoying. Some specific things that I'm going to be talking about today as well. So, for like the third week in a row, which is really annoying, honestly, I do not have any finished objects this week. I do have some designs that I have finished up, so I will talk about those, and technically those are definitely things that I have finished, but just kind of save them for that segment. So for now, let's go ahead and talk about a couple of works in progress. Alrighty, so first up, my sweater that I have been, I don't know what I was trying to say there, but it was not a sweater. Okay, so I started this sweater a little while ago now. I don't remember exactly. It was like a couple weeks ago maybe. And it is going so well. I was really hoping to have this faux sleeve done before I filmed. And if I had waited until like Sunday, it's currently Thursday. If I had waited until like Sunday to film, that would have been able to happen. But this weekend's going to be crazy, and I don't know when I'm going to have the time to do it. So here we are. Anyways, I did finish the body this week, which was goal number 1. So I'm so happy that I was able to get that done. I just love this sweater so much. It's blowing out the camera a little bit, but it is in Knit Picks Guava, bulky in the colorway denim. It's just a really nice blue. I think it's going to look so good with black leggings, which is exactly what I'm wearing right now, and I think, yeah, it's just going to be so cozy and oversized. This is the Mondrian, I think is how you say it, sweater by 2 of Wands. Don't quote me on the pronunciation because I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's at least how it's spelled. Give myself that. But anyway, like I said, the body is done. I am making the size small. Going by the pattern, I would fit the extra small, like just according to my measurements, but I really wanted this to be like super oversized and cozy, so I sized up, and I'm really happy that I did that. And I am just working on sleeve 1. So they all worked directly onto the body. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to remember. I feel like maybe you were technically supposed to pick up the stitches and then like directly onto the shoulder, but then still work flat and then seam the underarm. I'm gonna have to look back on the pattern. It is free. I'll link it down below. But regardless, I am deciding to knit them in the round because that is definitely how I prefer to knit sleeves, and I'm so glad that I'm making that adjustment. I think that's right. But anyways, it's going really well. I'm fully enjoying it still. I haven't had a ton of time to work on it since I did pick up this faux sleeve, but that's okay. I'm hoping to finish it within the next week, like before the next episode 125. I really hope to have this done. It'd be amazing to wear it, but I also don't want to get like stinking hot, so we'll just have to wait and see. But I love it so much. It's going great. I think it's going to be a staple this season, which makes me so very happy. Okay, that is the first work in progress, and then I'm trying to look. I'm working on a pair of socks right now, but I'm not going to show them because I do not have much progress done on them since the last time you saw them, and so there's really, like, no point in showing them again because, yeah, there's just not much to show, so I'm just going to save those until next week. And with that, I think that is the only work in progress that I have right now that isn't a design. I am working on so many designs right now, though, so let's go ahead and talk about those for quite a few minutes because there's a lot. So I have been hit with the design bug this week, I kind of unexpectedly like planned the rest of the designs that I'm going to release for the entire year, which is crazy. And there's only, you know, a few months left of this year, which is also insane to think about, if I'm being honest. But yeah, it felt so good to kind of brainstorm and just kind of come up with ideas of things that I want to release and kind of come up with a timeline or game plan on how to get those things moving along and release them when I want to. But first, weekly update on this blanket. It is going so well. It's going to adjust the camera a little bit, I think, just because of the colors that I'm using. So apologies for that. But here is this blanket that I have made so much progress on over the past few weeks. This is going to be a 5-color, color-blocked throw blanket. It's going to be called the Efficient Blanket, which goes right along with some designs that I have released previously with the same Efficient name. They're all crochet patterns that feature almost only the double crochet stitch, so they're perfect for beginners or just a mindless project if you are a more advanced crocheter. This blanket is going to be massive. Like, I did gauge, you know, I like did all of the measurements that I needed, but just because of the way that this yarn works when worked into a really big project and just the drape and kind of stretch that it holds, it's going to be bigger than I anticipated, but that's totally okay. It is like halfway done and already almost as tall as me. So I actually made the adjustment this week. I made the decision to make this center color, which is this gray. Like I said, it's 5 colors, so this is the third one. It's the middle of the blanket. I decided to make it narrower by about half. So typically I have 23 row, it's worked flat, 23 row sections for each color, and this one only has 11, which, you know, is obviously significantly less. I used 2 skeins of yarn instead of 4 like I've been doing, but I think it's going to be a good change of pace. I think it's going to look nice, you know, kind of being like the most, I mean, I don't want to say bland because I really like the color gray, but not like as exciting of a color, the middle of the blanket. Again, just like something a little bit different. So anyways, I decided to make that narrower. But then I have also already done this pink section, which is, this is all, by the way, we crochet below. This colorway is 2 rows, and then this one is turmeric, this really pretty mustard, and then this gray is called Whisker. So I have 2 more colors left, and I'm very excited about both of them. It's going so good. I am loving this project so much. I've mentioned it the past couple of weeks, I think, but my goal is to crochet an entire color block each week until it's done. And so far I have stayed true to that, which is awesome. I'm really excited to be able to uphold that goal. And then my plan is to release that pattern in October, probably mid to late October. And I am very much looking forward to that day because it is such a fun blanket. I am already obsessed with it. I cannot wait to cover up under it. It's just really like, it's big, very big, but very lightweight overall, and just really drapey because of how open the gauge is. So yeah, I really, really love it. It's going so great. And then next up, I started a new sweater this week. This is something that I have been planning for quite a while, and it is finally happening, and I'm so excited. So last year, around this same time, well, in November, I think, of last year, I released the Arbor cardigan, and I wanted to release that same pattern but in a pullover version this season. So that's exactly what I'm working on now. Obviously I don't have a ton to share, but I did so much math this week to prepare to start this project. So I'm finally doing it, and it's going really great. Here's kind of a close-up of the texture. I love it so much. So for the pattern last year, it was a cardigan, and I used a DK weight tweed yarn. And for this pullover version, I'm using a worsted weight yarn that's also tweed. So this is Knit Picks Brava tweed. I just threw the color, which I shouldn't have done. This is the colorway Stratus. I actually used this same color previously for a blanket that I designed and made for my brother for his birthday in July. And it turned out so beautiful. I love that blanket so much. And so I'm really excited to have a full sweater in this. I really like that it's gray, and then I also really like that the tweed specs are black because, again, I wear black leggings so much in the fall and winter season, and so I'm really excited to have things that just match them so perfectly. So anyways, not much to share on that because, like I said, I am just getting started on it, but pattern writing is going great, and that is a huge thing for garments. Like, it just takes so much time. And so I'm really excited to say that it's going so well, because it is a huge feat. I did like almost all of the grading and yardage calculations and all of that on Sunday afternoon, and my brain was so dead by the end of it. Like, it's just a lot of math, a lot to think about, a lot to kind of calculate ahead of time before you have even made the sample. So it can be pretty overwhelming, but I'm learning a lot through the process, which I'm really, really grateful for. So like I said, it's going great. It's a really exciting design. So I'm hoping to finish up that sample within the next week or so, and then call for testers, and then release the pattern late November. That is the plan. I'm really hoping I can uphold that goal, because I would love to release that pattern in November and kind of have it be, you know, a year later from the first version of that. So that's the plan right now. Alrighty, next up, design-wise, I have a brand new pattern that released this week, the trusty Tunisian dishcloth. I made quite a few of these as samples, just getting the pattern ready and filming tutorials and stuff like that. So here is what it looks like with 2 colors. I also launched 2 new tutorials here on the channel, one for how to crochet a Tunisian dishcloth with a solid color, and then one for 2 colors because, you know, the pattern is exactly the same, but the technique can be a little bit tricky, and I wanted to just create 2 separate videos and do it that way instead of trying to consolidate it into one and make it more confusing. So that's exactly what I did. So like I said, here's it in 2 colors. This is the one that I made in the tutorial. I think it looks so cool with like 2 solid, very high contrast colors. And then I also made this gray solid one, and then I think I have one more somewhere. Yeah, this yellow one. So yeah, definitely check out this pattern. It is free on my blog, and obviously the tutorials are free as well. Or you can find the PDF on Ravelry and Etsy. So I will link those places down below if you want to check them out. But yeah, this pattern would be so perfect if you are kind of wanting to dip your toes into Tunisian crochet and you haven't done it yet, or if you are more seasoned in the art but want something mindless, or even just something like really useful and to kind of make things for the craft fair season or Christmas season or whatever. I think this would be a really good pattern to do that with. So here's my beautiful little stack of finished dishcloths. I had so much fun making these. I just love Tunisian crochet, and I'm so excited to release more patterns in the future with it. Alrighty, I think I have 2 more designs to talk about. So the first one, this is actually releasing, when you're seeing this, it's releasing in just a couple days. For me, it's a week away. But this is going to be the Hayride beanie. So last year, I released the Hayride socks, and it had this same really fun slip stitch color work stitch pattern. It's really unique. It's really simple. I promise you only use 1 color at a time per round. And just all of those, like, that awesome look is just from slip stitches, which I think is just so stinking cool. I love it so much. But yeah, so here is the beanie version. I will actually put it on. I haven't tried it on yet, but because my hair is down, here is what it looks like. Yeah, I just love it so much. I think I'm going to add a pom-pom. I haven't fully decided yet, but I think it would look really cute with a brown pom-pom on the top. So I think I'm going to add that, but other than that, it is done. This pattern is written in 4 sizes, from a 16-inch head circumference to 22-inch head circumference, so surely you'll be able to find a size that fits you the best. And yeah, I'm so excited about this pattern. I am just so excited to grow this collection a little bit, because I love it. I love it so much, and I don't know, I feel like it's really unique, and a lot of fun for sure. So the one that I used is Knit Picks Twill. I do not remember the colorway names. I think, man, I'm drawing a complete blank. I think the orangish color is called Sun Gold, and then the grayish color is Sea Salt Heather, I think. Don't quote me on that. I think that's right, but I'm not 100% sure. It will be listed in the pattern, of course, so you can reference it there in just a couple days when the pattern releases. But I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about all of it, but I feel like that's a good thing, right? Overall, it's a good thing. Okay, and then a couple more things to share. So I have, I meant to grab this beforehand, and I forgot. Okay, so one more design that I'm currently working on, and it is a pair of socks. So I am using this yarn. I have literally had caked up and ready to go since last fall. I wanted to design a pair of socks with it, and I just did not get around to it last fall. It was just way too crazy with so many reasons why I was so crazy, and this design just didn't happen, and that's okay, but it is happening this fall, and I'm so excited about it. So this is Ruby and Rose's yarn. I believe the colorway is Penny, something along those lines. I feel like there's another word that goes along with that name, and I can't remember it, but I'm like 90% certain Penny is at least in the name. I will link her shop down below. It is such a gorgeous color. It actually matches my shirt perfectly, which is funny. And here's the sock that I am currently knitting on. You can't see the stitch pattern so great yet because I'm just getting started. I've only done 2 repeats of it, but here's what it currently looks like. So it's a ribbed sock. Obviously, like, there's a plain rib at the top, but then you go into broken rib, which is when it's broken up by stockinette or plain knit rows every other row or so. And so you jump into that for the leg, and then there's also a Gordo ridge every few rounds to add a little bit more texture. So yeah, I'm loving these socks. I feel like they're turning out so good. It's a little bit different than what I originally was going for design wise, but I think it's better. And I love it when that happens. I love when, like, you know, a plan doesn't exactly turn out the way that you thought it was going to, and so you change it and it turns out better. That's such a cool feeling. So anyways, it's going great, and I'm super excited to continue to watch these grow, and then release the pattern soon. These are going to be coming out, let me think, at the beginning of October, I think is my plan right now, or mid-October. So anyways, very, very fun. I love this colorway so much. I'm so excited to finally be creating a pair of socks with it because, like I said, they have literally been in my mind for a year. And I'm excited to get them out of my mind. Okay, and then 2 yarns to share. So I'm going to be designing 2 patterns alongside Mountains of Yarn. She reached out on Instagram asking for designers to create a few patterns with her yarn, which I thought was such a cool idea. And so I reached out and grabbed a couple of skeins from her, and so I'm going to be designing a beanie pattern and then a pair of socks. So this one's going to be a beanie. This is a worsted weight yarn. The colorway is Sea Turtle, and this is a 100% superwash merino wool. So it's so soft and luxurious. It's not really showing up color accurate. It's a lot more green in person, I would say. That's a little better, but it's a little more green in person than what it's showing up on camera, but it's a really, really pretty color. And then this one is called Blueberry, and it is a DK weight yarn. Also 100% superwash merino wool, and that is accurate. Like, it is very, very blue. It's so fun. I have a really cool pair of socks in mind for this, so I'm excited to get started on those. I think they're going to be... It's upside down. Oops. I think they're going to be shorty socks. That's my plan right now. So they're going to be, you know, like, really quick to work up, and with DK weight yarn, they're going to be so cozy to wear. So yeah, that is the plan with these 2 skeins. I'll be getting started on those designs very soon, so I'm excited to share progress along the way. So I feel like I sped through so many projects, but that is it for all of the yarny content this episode. I do have a little devotional that I would love to share with you guys, so I hope that you choose to stick around for that. So for devotional today, I want to talk about a verse that has been on my heart for the past few months. And honestly, like, I've said this before, but just to kind of say it again, every single devotional that I do each week is something that I can apply directly to my own life right now, whether that be in a specific season that I'm in, or just something this week that encouraged me, or that God, you know, shared with me. And so it's always meant to be a little piece of encouragement. I'm not trying to make, like, every single devotional will not be completely different than the previous. I'm going to be talking about the same things, you know, frequently, I'm sure, because that's just how life is right now, I think, and that's totally okay. But it's just meant to be a source of encouragement and inspiration to you guys, and I hope that I'm always able to do that. So, a verse that has been on my mind a lot lately is Romans 8:28, and it says, and God works all things for the good of those who love Him and who are called according to His purpose. And that verse, like, I'll be sharing more on this topic, I'm sure, in the coming weeks or months, but in a specific situation in my personal life right now, this verse has just been so applicable, and it has been such a beautiful source of peace. I think so often, you know, at least for me, like, I love to have things planned. I like to be prepared for what's ahead, and I have let go of a lot of that over the past couple of years, which has honestly been so beautiful and such a huge sign of postal growth, because while that can be a good personality trait, it can also be a really dangerous one, and even a really unhealthy one. You know, if those plans don't work out, how do you handle that? And so God just taught me a lot through that. But in this verse in particular, just what really stands out to me is that, you know, no matter what happens, even if it might seem bad in that day, you know, when that event happens, if it goes wrong and seems unfortunate or disappointing, because we love our God, we can trust that that situation will work for our good. There have been so many instances in my own life when I've walked through a particular season and felt so discouraged walking through it, and then seeing the end of it and feeling disappointed. But then now I feel so at peace with how that situation turned out, because it did work out for my good, and I am either a better person because of it, or a stronger Christian because of it, or closer to the Father because of it. And so because of that, I wouldn't change anything about that situation. And so no matter what season of life that you're in right now, whether it's like a really, really exciting one or something that you're struggling through, I pray that you're just encouraged by the fact that God is working all things for your good, because you love Him and you're called according to His purpose, and He cares so deeply for you. And I just hope, like I said, that's been such a big source of peace for me. And so I pray that it can be that for you as well throughout this week and in the coming weeks, of course. And again, if you have anything, like if you ever have anything to add to these little segments, I would love to hear it. So don't hesitate to put a comment down below if they're on. I know YouTube can be frustrating, or you can send an email to thegracefultangle@gmail.com. I would always love to hear your thoughts and to continue the conversation. But yeah, in terms of a life update, kind of a lot of the same. Lots of work, lots of business work. Obviously, I've worked a ton on designing this week, which has been amazing. This weekend was really, really productive. This upcoming weekend and the next one is going to be so busy. So I've like really just kind of reminded myself to spend time wisely, or as wisely as I can, so that, you know, a couple of really busy weekends don't make me feel bogged down in business stuff, because it's such a beautiful blessing. I'm so grateful for this community, but it can definitely be a lot to keep up with it sometimes. So, yeah, I've just learned a lot continually on how to use time wisely. Just so blessed at times, but to use time wisely. It's definitely an important skill to have, I think. And I'm not a master by any means, but I will say that I think I've improved on that front over the past couple years or so. But I hope that you are having such a good week, and that you continue to have a good week. I hope that you are having tons of making time and enjoying the fall season that is finally here. I hope that it is cool where you live. I hope that it continues to be cool where I live, and that this cold front actually happens, and all of those things. I can't wait for fall weather. But thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will talk to you guys next time. Until then, happy making. Bye.